Hey guys, it's Sarah J. How are you this evening? Good to see you guys. And I'm going to have $50 on Sue West being first one on. Let's see if I'm right. I don't know. She must sit there on my profile and just go refresh, refresh, refresh. But I'll bet any money she's the first one on. Anyway, what I want to talk to you tonight is stinking thinking. And boom, there she is. So you've got to remember that for us, there's a delay. Hey, beautiful. I just bet $50 against myself. So I want to talk about stinking thinking tonight because you know what? I sat here for like half an hour before this going, talk about. I don't know what to talk about. I can talk about anything. Don't get me wrong. I can talk underwater with a mouthful of marbles. You guys know that. But I was like, I don't have anything to share. I don't have anything to talk about. And I've realized all day, mind you, that, hey Nettie, that I've been in a bit of a funk today, right? And I don't know whether it's, weekend or, just a shitty day. Speaking of shitty days, I had a pretty shitty morning, I tell you, if you saw my post today. But you know what I'm saying? I was flat, I was low, and I was letting that itty bitty shitty committee and that negative self-talk kind of get into my head that I had nothing to give you guys tonight. So I thought, gee, I don't know, what if I share about that? Because we all have it, right? We all have that stinking thinking. Nettie, I know you're going back to work tomorrow. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I saw your post. All right. But we all have that stinking thinking and that negative self-talk, and it's whether or not we give it an ear, right? Because it's going on all the time. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you actually pay attention to what goes on inside your brain at any given day of the week, you could be in serious trouble if you listen to that shit, right? Because we are our own worst enemies. We are the people who will sabotage ourselves, who will call ourselves names. We don't need frenemies or enemies to do that. We will do it to ourselves. Hey, Don, it's good to see you, babe. All right, so getting out of that stinking thinking, and whatever you want to refer to it as, the itty bitty shitty committee, stinking thinking, or whether you got the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other, and you've got this one over here going, oh, you're useless, you'll never be able to do this, you can't do that, blah 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 blah, and this one's going, yeah, sure you can, just give it a go, and you might have some friends over here that are joining this one, and you might have some people in your life that are joining this one. They're the people you need to block, right? Get them out of your life. You do not need negative people in your life. Just saying that on the side note. But the more we listen to our brain when it's going through that negative stuff, that, that nasty stuff that we say to ourselves, when we listen to it, what happens is we just spiral down, right? We just absolutely spiral down. So what can you do to get out of it? One thing to do is to actually acknowledge that it's going on in the first place. Hey, Jenny, good to see you, darling. Acknowledge that it's going on. Acknowledge that, hang on, that's just me talking. Nobody's ever told me that I'm fat. Nobody's ever told me that I'm useless. Nobody's ever told me that I'm worthless. That is actually just me telling myself these things, right? And yeah, I'm sorry, but my opinion does not count for much in my head, right? You've got to acknowledge that it's just this automatic pre-programmed dialogue that just happens, hey Storm, just happens to go on. And it can come in from social media, it can come in from, magazines, it can come in from watching the news, whatever it is that you're tuned into. Do you know one of the, I'm going to say this, I shouldn't say this, I'm going to offend a few people. One of the worst things that I did over the Christmas period, had a bit of downtime, and I was feeling fat and I was feeling yuck and I was drinking too much. It was holidays. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I was getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning and having a mojito. I'm just saying I was, bottle of wine, whatever, at night time. And I joined TikTok. Yeah, I joined TikTok. And, you put in your preferences and things you want to hear about. And for some reason, those preferences at that time equated to all the really sad people or all the really, in-depth guys telling me that I'm okay, it's all right to be this way, and I'll just come and sit here for a while with you. And I found myself after about, 2 weeks going, oh my God, I need to get out the hell out of TikTok because it was not helping. All right. So when you surround yourself with things that actually reinforce that voice inside your head, right? Things that actually, go right down that, oh, yes, I know we're all suffering from blah, blah, blah at the moment. And it's so sad. Like you get in that wallow pit and they get in that wallow pit with you. It's not a healthy environment. Okay. It's just not. Get out of that wallow pit. All right. Get away from those wallowers. What you need to do is actually surround yourself with people in that moment that can actually go, you know what? Slap, slap. Get out of it. You don't need to be there. Let's go and do something different, right? Let's go and get out of our funk. Let's go and change our physiological state by doing something active. Like me, I rode the horse the other night, right? And it was just an hour of absolute bliss for me. I won't go back and do it again. But Tegan's got drills back in work, so I've got to kind of pick my moments now because he's actually her 1-star horse. So, I get to borrow him as my pony every now and again. No, Nettie, no room for negative Nancy's. Donna Lawrence, I should have called her. But you know what I'm saying, right? You are the sum of the people you surround yourself with. So if you watch the news and it depresses you, don't watch the news. I went for like 5 years without watching the news because it sucks, right? There is nothing. My mum was horrified because my mum is like a newspaper every morning and news every night and 3 channels and do the whole rounds, even though it's the same shit, different day. Only the depth varies, right? But she was horrified because she's like, but you need to be aware of what's going on in your world. And I said, no, I need to be aware of the things I can impact in my world. And I can't impact whether Donald Trump's going to be impeached or whether Pence is going to be a softie and not pull the 25th Amendment. I don't need to know that stuff. Apparently I do know it. But, I've caught a few things lately. But, when you're in that mindset and you're not actually doing the best, and that's been me over the years, right? I've had my struggles. I've been honest with you guys about that. The news does not help me. It is like, I'm just going to go over here and listen to all the doom and gloom that's going on in the world. I actually need to be over here listening to a radio station that's playing 80s music and have a dance and get my funk back, all right? My good funk, not my down funk. All right, so find something or someone, all right, your tribe, who will lift you up and actually inspire you. And that is one of the best things about our program, right, is we have this amazing Facebook page with over 480,000 people on it. How many of you know, and I know those of you that are on here, a lot of you are my tribe, so you know of this page, right? But how many people outside of my tribe know of a Facebook page that has 480 plus thousand people on it? Full stop. Let alone 480,000 people that are going to be your cheer squad when you need it. Not many. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, right? A lot of Facebook groups. And this is one of the most inspirational places that you will ever find yourself. Jen Jongling knows that. She's on there. She's been one of our admins for years. So, if you're looking for somewhere to actually go and surround yourself with some people who are really good, hang out with me, okay? Hang out with me. Hang out with people who actually inspire you. Hang out with people who actually lift your vibration. Hang out with people who are actually going to serve you and not serve you shit. Because there's nothing wrong with, you're feeling a bit flat and you go to that friend's house and I haven't got a cup in my coffee. So I usually have a cup. I was going to do a cup of coffee and they give you a cup of coffee and they go, oh, so what's shit in your life today? We've all got them. I call them EORs, right? Not much of a house, just right for not much of a donkey. Anybody who's a Winnie the Pooh fan will know that quote, right? Those people who are perpetually down. Now, people get down, don't get me wrong. I've had some amazing friends who have lifted me up out of shitty spaces over the years. I'm not saying don't support someone who's going through shit or don't look for support if you're going through shit. I'm talking about those people who are oxygen thieves, who are just always down and never ever get out of it. they're not your tribe, right? Your tribe has to have a much better vibration than that for you to be successful. All right, so I have an amazing tribe who are on here. Hey, Missy G, good to see you. She's one of my tribe. I love that girl to pieces. Hey, Charlene Belling, good to see you jumping on. All right, guys, I'm nearly done, all right? I'm nearly done. So thank you, because you are my tribe and you actually lifted me out of my funk, because I was literally walked around all day in a house dress. You know what a house dress is? One of those dresses you wouldn't wear outside of the house. All right, house dress, no bra, thongs, and sitting on a milk crate, doing my work on Facebook, talking to some people, making some connections, and that's as good as it got until I went, you know what, I need to go talk to my people. I need to go and give some of this back to people. So, threw up the hair, changed my top, put on some lippies, still got jammy pants on underneath, put my fancy glasses on, and here I am coming to serve you. So thank you for showing up for me, and I hope that you got some benefit out of what I had to talk about tonight. So shout out to Michelin Hilton. She shared my live last night. If you find value in what I have to say, hey, Treveni. Treveni's one of my tribe. She's in India. So thank you, Treveni. She's actually going through festival at the moment. Donna Lawrence, dentist had your attention all day. Don't talk to me about the dentist. All right. Himneet. Hello, Himneet. Enough negative insight. Yes, absolutely. Let's do this in 2021. Himneet is rather new to my tribe. And I tell you what, we were on a Zoom last night. I'm going to give you a shout out in public, sweetheart. I was so impressed with you. She took notes through the whole Zoom and then typed them into the chat as we were going. Absolutely blown away. You might get yourself a new job if you keep that up, babe. All right, guys. Yes, Jen Jongeling, I love the jammy pants too. So thank you. Sorry, I'm waffling now. Just want to say thank you to Michelin Hilton for sharing my live. You share my live, please put in the comments that you've shared it and you will get a full name shout out. If you watch this on replay, let me know you're in here on replay. Thank you so much for all the love to my beautiful people, and thank you for lifting me up. Thank you, Michelle G. She's listened to the end. Love you. Mwah. Have a great night, guys. See, I'm smiling now. I came in all like, how can I do this? And now I'm smiling. So thank you. Love you.